Well, I suppose it's been 2 weeks since last time, so let's hop to it. Welcome back to another Rank 6 Reviews video. This is the series in which I post what Rank 6 units I have on a poll, you vote on which one you want to see, and I review it against all the available encounters that I have. Let's get right into it. Alright, the first main category, as you know, I like to do the basic unit needs. This is out of 8 points, and the first subcategory in this main one is going to be the cost of a unit, which is of course where we start with every unit. The Salamander here costs 50 nanopods, and while it's not a free-to-play unit, it's also not something incredibly rare like a limited time or a boss drop. So I can score it a 2 out of 3 points here. The second subcategory is how much SP does a unit need to get from rank 1 all the way to rank 6. If it's over 500,000 SP, then it scores 1 point. If it's less than that, then it scores the full 2 points. And in this case, the Salamander has a total of 405,270 SP, which is actually not bad at all. So he scores the full 2 points here. And the last subcategory I have here is healing costs. Now, this is out of 3 points, and it only decreases if they have tier 4 or tier 3 resources as a price. And in the case of the Salamander, even with a normal hospital, it only costs you 1 to 2 bars, which isn't super expensive, but it can be a pain sometimes to get that kind of resource. So I can only score him a 2 out of 3 here. Now the next main category we have here is attack, and the first subcategory here is base damage. And so for every 100 damage that this unit can deal, it gets a point. I base it off its strongest attack on its maximum output. And in this case for the Salamander, it would be his punch attack, and he can deal 225 damage, so he can score 2 points here. Now to me that feels like a very average start, nothing special, but next up here we have the damage types. And so his punch attack is actually an explosive attack, but his other 2 attacks, they only do flame, so he scores another 2 points here as well. But as far as cooldown goes, is it over or under 3 turns? And that is what determines if this unit will get 1 or 2 points. But for the Salamander, all his attacks actually only have a 2-turn cooldown, so he scores the full 2 points here. And going right into the next subcategory here, we have the number of attacks and slots he has. This is out of 4 points, and he scores 3. He has 3 attacks, 3 slots, all equipable at rank 6, so easy money there. And the last 2 subcategories we have for the Salamander here are going to be the range, which is 1 point per tile that the unit's able to do, and the status effects, which is 1 point per status effect that he can cause to enemies. Now for status effects, it's just 1 point. He can only cause flame damage over time, and in terms of range, he does have an attack which can reach 4 tiles out, but the other 2 only have 1 tile out, and you have to put him in the front line, otherwise he's not going to be able to use those attacks. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and give him a 2 tile range at best. Now the next main category we have here is survivability, and the Salamander shines in this area. The first subcategory is resistances, and the units get plus 1 point per 50%, but each area has to have exactly 50%. So when you look at the Salamander's health here, he has 100% resistance to crushing damage, 75% resistance to flame, and 100% to piercing. That's on his health, not his armor. So he can score 5 points there, but because his armor percentage resistances aren't high enough against these damage types, once again, he can only score 5. But that's still really, really good. And what would this main category be without ranking a unit based off their health and armor? So for every 100 health, a unit gets a point, and for every 100 armor, a unit gets 2 points. And for the Salamander, 300 health, that's 3 points. 150 armor, that's 2 points, so he scores another 5 points. And the last subcategory we have here is bravery, defense, and dodge. For each one of these categories, if they have 20 points, then they score 1 point overall. So for bravery, the Salamander has 60, so that's 3 points there. His defense is 70, so that's another 3 points, and his dodge is 40, so that's 2 points there. And the last main category we have here is the other category. This one is based off my personal opinion, however it isn't worth a lot of points. It can push a unit from being an A tier unit to an S tier unit. And the first main subcategory is the unit fun to use? Even if I don't enjoy it, I still give it 1 free point, but if I do, I'll give it 2. And for the Salamander, I'm going to be honest, I didn't really enjoy using him that much. The punch can be a little satisfying at times because it does a lot of damage, but other than that, It feels like I'm using a glorified flame trooper, and it wasn't all that fun, but at least it was easy and quick to get to rank 6. But what if you wanted to take the Salamander to PvP? So every unit has a PvP value. If it's over 50, then you're going to get tougher opponents. If it's under 50, then you're going to get some easier opponents. So that's how I rate it. Is it 1 or 2 points? 2 with it being under 50, and the Salamander at max rank has a value of 42, so he scores 2 points here. Now the last 2 subcategories here, they're bonus points. First one is, does the unit have any unique traits? He's a tanky flame unit. I'm not going to waste your time. That's a no there, so no bonus point for that. But I also want to talk about the unit and their usefulness, any other comments that I may have. This used to be out of 3 points, but I'm going to take it down to 1, and don't worry, it won't affect any other units and where they placed on the tier list previously. I checked the math, they're all still in their same category, so that's nice. But for the Salamander, I can confidently tell you that having at least 3 of these guys in your army will be very beneficial. It adds variety to your frontline tanks. He's really good against critters, he's really good against infected units, and I mean, I don't know if I have it in the footage behind me, but he turned into One Punch Man and demolished a Puma in 1 turn, which is pretty ridiculous. He can take down super tanks with relative ease. So in this case, I think it's going to go without saying this unit is getting 1 bonus point here based off my opinion. Now, based off of everything we said, where does the Salamander place on this tier list? And he comes in at barely 40 points, getting him an S tier title. And I honestly think it's well deserved. Salamander reminds me of the Veteran in a lot of ways. You can just line them up on the battlefield by themselves, and they will win every freaking time. But not all units can say that for themselves. But hopefully this helps you decide whether or not you want to buy Salamanders for your army, and you have yourself a beautiful day.